How are you locking down these features? I mean, you've worked with Wayne in the past. You have Wayne on this album, Jeremiah. I mean, these are legit, hip hop stars. How are you getting these guys on your tracks?
Um, well, me and Wayne, we had a mutual friend. Me and Wayne had a mutual friend, and they like connected us because Wayne, respected how I was rapping. I wasn't coming at it trying to sound like other people or trying to be something I'm not. And he just respected it. So that was kind of like the start with me and Wayne, and then we just started doing songs together. Um, I got connected with Jeremiah through somebody that I knew that I was doing music with, and he respected it too. Um, and Mozzie from Sacramento. So once he heard how I was speaking, he kind of heard my vocabulary and like the stuff I was using when I was doing that little battle with Marvin Bagley. He heard that and he called me like, "Man, I knew you was rapping, but I didn't know you was coming like this." And we just started talking about doing something together, and that was kind of like around the time I decided I was gonna really start working on another album. And I mean, it was quick. Like he sent his stuff. I was like, I got the perfect song, and he was like, just send it to me. I'm gonna send you something back. And we kind of just got straight to it like that.
Wow. Everybody knows there's a strong connection between the hip hop world and the basketball world. Do you get hit up by a lot of guys who say, "Hey, Dame, I'd like to make music with you"?
Um, I wouldn't say I get hit up a lot, just like people just randomly saying it, but it's like in moments, like after the like I said, the thing we had with like Bagley and stuff like that, uh, people was hitting me like, man, I didn't know you was nice like that. I knew you could rap. I got a lot of that. I had a bunch of like producers like reaching out trying to send me stuff. It was just a lot of that going on. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever happened with Marvin Bagley? Did you guys piece it up? Is everything cool now, or is there still something there?
No, I never had a problem with him. I never had a problem with him. I think it was just one of those things where he was like basically campaigning like he was the best rapper in the league, which is fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with him thinking he the best. That's how he's supposed to think. But he just kept saying my name, and basically like on TV they hinted at him wanting to like go back and forth and battle me and all that. I didn't really have no interest in it. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, I mean, people love people love confrontation. Um, there's never been like a hip hop battle between athletes. And it's really not my thing, but I was like, why not kind of like start breaking down these barriers with this? Nobody else ever did it. He calling my name. Let's do it. Let's spar. We did it.
You did do it. Do you care about awards? Like in basketball, we know all you've accomplished. Everyone's well aware of that. But when you're making the type of music that you're making that is really high level and really being enjoyed by fans, like, do you ever think of like, hey, a Grammy award or any type of these big music awards that we're all familiar with? Do you care about that stuff?
I don't care about it maybe to the level that I would care about like being an MVP or winning a championship, but I care about it in the sense of like how many NBA All Stars and max contract players could say I legitimately won a Grammy and I legitimately performed at the BET Awards and you know what I'm saying? Like was really taken serious as like an artist, not off of my celebrity as a basketball player, but like really off of me doing music. So um like I think that's the way I view it. I'm not like thirsty for it or searching for it, but I think it'll be like 10, 15 years from now, I can look back and be like, man, I really won a Grammy, or I really performed at the BET Awards, or I really was like album of the year, like stuff like that. I think about stuff like that.
Do you feel like those are legitimate possibilities with this album that you have now put out?
Oh yeah, I think it's possible. I think it just comes down to like the support. I know how big like playlisting and being able to get on those playlists, and I've gotten the support from my peers. Athletes, comedians, other artists. I got a lot of people behind this one, like 1,000 times more than any other project I put out. People really supporting, so I know they listening and they really respecting it. And that's half the battle, is word of mouth, just getting it out there, people passing it along to all their followers and all their, fans and stuff like that. Getting the playlisting and then, giving it legs. You know, a lot, not just having just this 1, 2, 3 days. You know, where everybody talk about it and it's like popular. Just trying to keep it rolling. You know, come with some visuals. I don't have no music videos to none of my songs on my albums, so this will be the first one I'm gonna come with music videos. Just to keep it rolling, you know, keep that momentum and really put it in that category of like, okay, this could be album of the year. You know, this is a real discussion.
Do you feel like you have somewhat given birth to like the explosion that we've seen with the 4 Bar Friday and how that became such a thing online? Do you take responsibility uh, for that?
I don't want to say I've taken responsibility for it because I mean it was a lot of people like really rapping that were athletes before me. When you talk about like Shaq, Steven Jackson, Allen Iverson, um, many other people kind of like got into it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like older players, a lot of other people tried it. But I think a lot of people have tried it like on a celebrity thing. Like Shaq was Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like AI was AI. And I don't think there. I think I'm already famous for being an athlete, but like I'm gonna take the route of any other aspiring artist. Like I did like 20 songs on SoundCloud. I started 4 Bar Friday where I was just doing 4 bars every week. It was like a real foundation. Then I did a few shows with my SoundCloud music. Um, Performed. I did some stuff in Vegas. I did some stuff in Washington. Then I dropped the album, and then I did some freestyles, and I went on, you know, the little radio shows, and then I did another album, and then I did a press run. Like I've done all the groundwork that any up and coming artist would have to do, and I didn't basically go up there and say I'm Damian Lillard. Listen to my music. You know, I did it. You know, I went the humble route. You know, like I wanted people to respect me as an artist, not respect me as Damian Lillard, because this is a completely separate thing. So I think I pioneered that, just like really taking the time to do what artists do, so the other artists respect what you're doing and don't think you're just trying to step into their game without putting the work in.
Yeah, you did it in a really organic way, almost like you weren't Damian Lillard. Like you put all that
Exactly.
basketball stuff aside and just made it as a musician, which I think is very cool personally.
Exactly. That's how you do it. That's how you build it up and get people to really respect it. You know,
Yeah,
like nobody, these artists don't want to have to be in the studio all night and traveling by road and not even flying all these places and have to just do all this grinding to get to where they are, and then have somebody come in that's famous for playing a game and just come in and try to butt into their game without paying respect to the route that you got to take to get to the top of like music. And I may never be at the top of music, but I'm gonna always pay respect to any game that I'm in by taking the route that everybody else in that game had to take.
if the people from BET or from the Grammys, if they come to you and say, "Hey, Dan, will you perform at this year's award show?" What's your answer?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. I'm in there. That's a no-brainer. I would. BET Awards. I mean, because for me, like I said, it's not like MVP or NBA Finals to me, but it's like, who else has done it? Like, who else, like, at the level in their professional career has been able to, like, you know, like with humility, step into something else and then grow in that and then get to that level to where you can have that opportunity and then do well. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to do that. That's a 100% yes.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to say, Dame?
No, I just want to tell everybody I appreciate all the support from all my peers and all the other artists and all the comedians and actors and personalities and influencers that have been behind my project. I appreciate y'all, and everybody who haven't tapped in, man, go get my third studio album, Big Dollar. It's out on all platforms right now. Y'all go tap in with that, man. It's my best yet. I think y'all mess with it.